Hey everyone, my name is Shashank Shekhar, Master Teacher of Mathematics at Vedantu. Here we are presenting solutions for JEE Advanced 2018, Paper 2. In this video, the question is the very first question of the paper. Let's have a look at the problem. The question is related to the topic inverse trigonometric function mainly. The idea of series of inverse trigonometric function. It says for any positive integer n, define fn as domain open interval 0 to infinity to codomain capital R, all real numbers, as fn x is equal to sigma j equal to 1 to n. General term is in front of sigma is tan inverse of under bracket 1 upon 1 plus x into j, x plus j into x plus j minus 1 for all x belongs to open interval 0 to infinity. Here the inverse trigonometric function tan inverse assumes principal values in minus pi by 2 pi by 2 as it is as we see standardly minus pi by 2 pi by 2 open interval. Then which of the following statements are true? So one or more option can be correct. Option A, look at the option, sigma j equal to 1 to 5 tan square of f j0 equal to 55. 0 f j0. Oh, here they have done a blunder. See, look at the question carefully. Domain does not contain 0. 0 is not there in domain. It is open at 0, na? And they are asking about f0. In fact, in option B also, they ask about f0, fj0, f dash j0. Maybe they would have been true if 0 would have been considered in the domain, if they would have close the domain at 0, then might be A or B can be correct. Okay, you can find fn x, then we will observe that whether A or B, any one of these two are correct or not. If 0 would have been included in the domain, at this place we will consider A and B to be the wrong option for this question, not correct, because f0 is not defined. So how can tan square of sigma of tan square of f0 is 55 or something? This is undefined. A and B options are outrightly wrong, not considered to be wrong, I mean not correct. Option C, okay, fortunately in option C and D f0 is not there, so they are asking about fn x tending to infinity, f infinity, and in option D also. So to check option C or D, we'll have to find fn x first. How can you find fn x? See, this series is very common, I would say, and yeah. See, fn x, if I write as sigma of tan inverse, not tan inverse of denominator, I am writing j x plus j minus 1. Numerator is 1, so I can write it as x plus j minus x plus j minus 1. So j from 1 to n. So from here I am getting j from 1 to n. Tan inverse, as you know the formula of tan inverse as tan inverse x minus y upon 1 plus xy positive here, so it can be written as x plus j minus tan inverse x minus tan inverse y. Okay, yeah, we know it, very standard, very common, and it becomes now it goes to the concept Vn method. If you put j equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n, so most of the term, I mean all the terms except the two terms will get cancelled pairwise, plus minus. Finally you will get the largest when j is n, x plus n, tan inverse x plus n, minus the smallest when j is 1, here tan inverse x. So finally fn x is this. Further, however, we can simplify it, tan inverse a minus tan inverse a minus b, and b are positive, so it becomes x plus n minus x, that is n upon 1 plus x plus n into x into x plus n. Right. So Now if we go back to the option, it is required to find for any fixed positive, n is fixed, n is finite, x is going towards infinity, limit of tan of fn x extending to infinity. In option D also they are asking about limit of fn x. It is required to find limit of fn x extending to infinity. So we got extending to infinity. So we got fn x as this. When you put x as infinity here, denominator becomes infinity, so finally it is 0. Tan inverse 0, that is 0. Obviously from here we can see that limit of fn x extending to infinity is nothing but, okay, what was fn x? If we can recall it, it was x upon n upon, and n is finite, remember, x into x plus n. So n is finite and x into infinity, denominator becomes 0, denominator becomes infinity, so it is tan inverse 0, that is 0. Okay, so if we again go back to the option C, it is required to find tan of fn x extending to infinity, and option D sec square of fn x. So tan of limit extending to infinity, tan of fn x, that is tan 0, it is 0, and limit extending to infinity, sec square of fn x is sec square of 0, that is 1. So obviously option C, answer to the option left hand side of option C must be 0 and left hand side of option D must be 1. Let's see what are there. So it's not given 0, n is finite, suppose n is 4, 5, so it is not going to be 0, and it is correct, it is given 1. So option D is correct. Option D is the only correct option here, because A and B was already rejected. If you if you think a little bit in a very I can say basic manner, like in the problem n is taken to be finite, so if you directly judge the answer just by seeing, as A and B are already rejected and x tending to infinity, when you put x as infinity over here directly, so you'll get it as 0, and there are finite number of terms, so 0 0 finite number of terms would be 0. So directly you can say by verbally, you can see that it is 0 and it is sec square 0, that is 1. So option D is correct. There is no need to find even the value of this entire series. If you go by common sense, nothing is better than common sense, isn't it? So we can find this answer to this question directly as D, verbally. And if option A and B were better option, if 0 would have been considered as a point in domain, so tan square, let us suppose 0 is there, so fj0 would be what? Fj0, when x is 0, it is tan inverse of n, tan inverse of n. So tan inverse of n is n, and tan square of tan inverse of n is n square. So sigma n square is, or n is from sigma j square, from 1 to 5. So sigma from 1 to 5, it is 1 plus 2, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. You will find that it will come as right, 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. So 25, then 16 is 41, plus 9 is 50, plus 54, 55. So it would have been correct if 0 was there in the domain. So there is no harm of taking 0 as domain. Everything was defined, but they have done a blunder mistake here. So I hope you understood it. And similarly, you can observe whether option B would have been correct or not if 0 would have been there in domain. So right, I hope you understood every aspect of the question clearly. So D is the only correct option here, as you can see. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next question.